Good morning, pastors. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Especially pray that you had a great Lord's Day. I know I'm very thankful for each and every one of you, for your ministries and for your churches, and I keep you in my prayers on a very regular basis. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm recording this video and sending you this email, is that I want to invite you to join me in my prayer efforts for the other pastors, the other churches of this network. When I first came to the association, we had a prayer and spiritual awakening team. In that prayer and spiritual awakening team, I tasked them with trying to figure out some ways to get our churches praying for one another, at the very least to get our pastors praying for one another. And we thought about some different things, and we worked on some different things, and we tried a few different things, but nothing really ever took. And so this fall, when we restructured our association and changed it to the Brazos Valley Baptist Network, one of the things we did away with was the prayer and spiritual awakening team. Not because we don't believe in prayer or spiritual awakening, but we felt the efforts of that team could be folded into our other teams. We still very much believe in prayer, and I still very much want to see our pastors praying for one another and praying for each other's churches. So at the beginning of this year, I was thinking, and I thought, well, why don't I just invite you to do what I've already been doing? And what have I been doing? Well, whenever I get a new journal, I go to the back of my journal where I keep all of my prayer requests, and I write down the names of all the pastors in our association. I also put the name of your church, and if I have the information, I put the name of your wife as well, so I can be praying for you. And if you look over here on the left column, I have some numbers. Those numbers represent the days of the month. And so since we have 64 churches in our association, and there's 31 days in a lot of our months, the churches kind of divide pretty evenly into the days of the month. So every day of the month, I'm praying for 2 or 3 pastors. And so I simply find the pastors that are on that day on my list. I pray specifically for those pastors. And if I know of specific things going on in your churches, I pray for those things. Now, that doesn't mean when there's other special things happening or if there's something that I know is going on in a church that I don't also pray for those churches on that day. But I'm specifically focusing on those 3 pastors that I have on that specific day. And so I thought, well, why don't I just invite you to do the very same thing? It shouldn't add too much to your prayer time to pray for 2 or 3 pastors each day. And so what we did is I produced a document that is in a link in this email, and it's simply a PDF that has listed all the pastors of our association and what church they're a part of, and we divided them into the months to the days of the month. So you see right here, you'll see the days of the month, and you'll see 2 or 3 pastors listed. I'm encouraging you on that day of the month to pray for those couple of pastors. Now, of course, there's 31 listed here, and not every month has 31 days. So simply on those days, on those off days, either shift those pastors to the 30th day or shift them to the first day of the month, whichever. Anyway, my goal is to get you praying for one another and praying for each other's churches. And hopefully what this will also do is maybe create some curiosity in you as to what's going on in these other pastors' lives, and you'll contact them and ask them, how can I be better praying for you? I'm calling this project Pastors Lifting Up Pastors, and I encourage you to take part in it. The PDF is right here in this email. It's a link that you can download, and if you have any questions about this, please contact me. But please know that I'm praying for you, and I hope that you guys will be lifting up each other for the sake of the kingdom. Thank you guys very much.